Hi, this is Alex Cosper with SacTV.com with an update on my latest music project, which involves the entire Sacramento community. And what I mean by that is at SacTV.com, when you go to that site, SacTV.com, and click music on the homepage, it takes you to this encyclopedia of local Sacramento music. As far as music, the music scene I think was pretty vibrant in the 80s and 90s here in town, but and even the early 2000s. But I think like even before COVID, it was slowing down. So probably the 2010s was slowing down compared to earlier decades here. And the 2020s, of course, that was a big slowdown for a while there in the early 2020s. But I think the local scene has recovered in many ways, and you know, there's places to play live, and there's also more and more incentive to upload your own music, become your own record label, be your own boss when it comes to music, and see where it goes. You never know. I mean, for some people it goes far, even if they didn't set out to go far. So it kind of depends. Is there an audience for the music someone is creating? And will that bring them sustainability over time? So my thing, when you go to SacTV.com and click music, you see a long list of A to Z artists from Sacramento, you know, just bands, singers, songwriters, just all kinds of different genres. You know, pop, rock, country, soul, reggae, ska, eclectic, whatever. I list the bands. Probably one of the most eclectic bands on that list is Mumbo Gumbo. I've heard them do all kinds of different music. And then you have more like rock bands that are really innovative with rock. In the 90s, for me, it was a band called As Yet Untitled. And on Quad, we played one of their songs called Across the Water. I really liked their song back then. And then I guess in the 2000s, I just have always liked Cake. So I continue to like Cake. Is one of my favorite current bands that's been around. So anyway, this list, it's A to Z. It's everyone you could name just about. I may have left some names off that people should make me aware of, either through Facebook or just my email. But anyway, it was a lot of work. A lot of hours went into just putting together these discographies of each of these artists in town. You know, I list over like, well, near 200, but the list will probably keep growing over time. And it was everyone I could think of when I was a program director of Quad in Sacramento back in the 90s. You know, we did a local show, so we played a lot of local music on that. Plus, from that show, we picked the best of stuff and play it around the clock. So I gave that some consideration. And of course, I look at old flyers of shows from way back then. Brian McKenna and Jerry Perry, they've published a lot of their old flyers. And and Jerry Perry's Alive and Kicking newspaper. I used to get that. Everyone got it free at music stores like Tower Records. I kept track of all the covers, like who made the covers of Alive and Kicking. And so anyway, I've done a lot of research on the local music scene, and I just came up with about 200 artists and made discographies and and posted some of their cool videos. And so it's kind of like a library or a museum that just didn't exist before, that actually shows the importance of a local community, a local scene. So I think if everybody did this in every city across America, you'd see like an elevation of interest in indie music. And I think that would be great for music. For now, I'm researching more the Sacramento music scene, but I'm also looking at other scenes around the country for beyond my local site, SacTV.com. I have a national music site called playlistresearch.com, and I study other independent scenes across America for that, and I do interviews. I've done one with Warner Brothers president and some other notable people in the music and radio industries. So it's kind of like a history site. Playlistresearch.com is just like the history of radio and music, and I guess the delivery systems for music, just pop culture / music. So anyway, that's what I think could really help the independent music scene, is if everyone did what I just did for Sacramento. Just once again, go to SacTV.com, click music, and you'll see what I did. I created a long list of local artists from going way back, even to the 60s. And this is a mix of signed and unsigned artists that just used to play around in clubs in Sacramento, or they put out CDs or vinyl albums or whatever. So I documented a lot of that, and that's the first real comprehensive documentation of the Sacramento music scene. So I'm happy to be part of that. So I'll even be working more on updating all that, and especially looking at indie music. I love, I like to make music like I do with my project Sunset Trip, and I have more songs coming. But I also like to look at, okay, what's beyond the charts, because the charts are kind of dismal and boring. Sorry if you disagree. Like, if you really love that, I don't know if you know what great music is, but it's more in the past than in the present. Like, anyone who thinks that the pop music from major labels keeps getting better, I don't know, probably doesn't know much about the history of music. And that's why I like documenting the history of music and radio at my sites, playlistresearch.com and sactv.com. And if you want to check out some innovative music, my music site is sunsettrip.com. All right, let's meet again soon at another scenic, natural location.
Cold War, Cola Wars, learning the truth about the USA. Cold War, Cola Wars, maybe you know why they overthrew Chile. Old Wars, Cola Wars, going back several war chants. Contracts with the government for overseas bottling plants. Cold War, Cola Wars, an attorney made a journey to the top. Antics behind closed doors. Soon Soviets were addicted to sugary pop, pop, pop. American pop, pop, pop. Partners in the marketplace, rivals on the screen. Drama for a big arms race, backdrop to the pop culture scene. Cola Wars, sing with the jingles on TV. Cold War, Cola Wars, promoting perfect harmony. Cold War, Cola Wars, mixed together in a chemical blend. Artificial ingredients can be very hard to defend. The invasion of Afghanistan led to the U.S. Olympic boycott. But the sponsor was soda pop, 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 and they chose to promote every drop, drop, drop. Cold War, Cola War's a game of expanding global trade. But don't change the formula or sales may soon start to fade. They say outspend your enemy, borrow from future's nest. Buy a big, big naval fleet, then let the weapons rest. Cold War, Cola Wars, witness the fall of the wall. Unfolding metaphors, corporations standing tall. Cold War, Cola Wars, fast food on a rise. Cold War, Cola Wars, trickle down theory from the skies. Strategic defense initiatives, spending all that wasted cash. Whatever happened to the war on drugs? Secret weapons hidden in the stash. Then came private prison stocks, even though crime was ticking down. Deregulation led to market shocks as markets bubble up and down. Cold War, Cola Wars led to boss changes for the machine. But the thinking was so watered down, it led to a new computing regime. Cold War, Cola Wars used to cost quarters in the machine. It's drinking all your money now, inflation is drowning everything. Cold War, Cola Wars, tracing back to pharmacies. So many true addiction prophecies, sugary drinks lead to disease. Cold War, Cola Wars, last call for alcohol. Cold War, Cola Wars, corporations standing tall. Cold War, Cola Wars, Cold War, Cola Wars. Cold War, Cola Wars, Cold